Hello, Jane. How are you and Mark doing? This tape is going to be an answer to your letter I received last night. I wrote you a letter, which I placed in the mail this morning. I'm going to go ahead and make this tape tonight because, they wanted me to tell you something about the escape and what happened and all that. And it's just going to be too hard it would be too much to write down. So I'll use this opportunity to make this tape. I went ahead and borrowed a tape player. You'll probably hear a grinding noise in the background. It's coming from the tape player itself. I don't know how long it's going to last. It's not in very good condition. That's for sure not going to last much longer. Anyway, while it is lasting, I'll go ahead and get this one made for you. First of all, how you doing? How's Mark? And how's this cold? Mark, I hope your cold is a lot better. I think it was really nice of you when Jane was writing to me. She said that you were in the other side of the room, staying away from her to try not to give her your cold. And I think that's really nice. You don't see too many people that care enough about each other to do things like that much anymore. So, good going. Good work. Okay. Alright, man, let me see. I guess I can go into the escape. And what happened was, in March of 1984, I was sentenced to death, and I was placed on death row in Richmond. And then after 2 days receiving there, I was shipped to Mecklenburg, and I arrived here on March 24th, 1984. Well, now, when I first got here, you had to spend 10 days locked in your cell on orientation. Well, I did that, and I got to know the guys coming around. Of course, when I first come here, there was a lot of dope, a lot of reefer and stuff floating around, and a lot of wine, homemade wine, things like that. And I didn't mess with the homemade wine too much. I drank a little bit from time to time, but very rare because these days I can't because I have a peptic ulcer. But I did smoke a couple of joints while I was locked up, and that helped to make the time go by some. And after I came off the lock, the people were just getting to know me for a while. So I asked them to see what I was about. And then one day, they called me off to the side. About 5 of them did. And asked me if I wanted to get in on an escape from here. And of course, right away I said yes. I wanted to get in on an escape from here. And we made the agreements. We talked it out from then all the way up until May the 30th. We left on the 31st. And from March until May, we planned and we talked and we discussed. We had escape committees. We had a little committee that any kind of problem that popped up, you had to clear it through the committee before you could take any kind of action at all, because the escape overrode everything here. There was nothing more important than the escape. So that's the way we had it set up. And no personal conflicts, no nothing overrode the escape. So, like I said, we went through all our committees and our planning and stuff. And every time somebody had an idea, we'd get together, we'd come at it from all angles, all the do's and the don'ts, and if it withstood all of our different angles that we tried to destroy it with, if it still withstood that, then we kept it. And we worked pretty hard on this, and we had of course we had weapons made. We had knives, homemade knives, and stuff made and had them hid in hollow metal. They had a metal table in their cells, and we had cut a chunk out of the top of the table that went down into the metal leg, and it was hollow, so we hid them down in there, plus hid them inside the hollow window. So we had them hid pretty good where they couldn't find them. And what was happening was we was waiting for the escape. We didn't really know exactly what day we was going to go on. We didn't know what would be the best day, but we already had everything set. We had a guard bring us all the codes to the radio, call letters, everything that they use, like what a 1052 and 1033. 1033 means officer needs assistance. 1052 means someone's sick, need the nurse to come over to there. All the different codes, we had all of them. And like I said, that came from one of the guards. He was paid off, and he brought it over. We went out for recreation that night. Well, I'm getting ahead of myself. I had a beard at the time, and I told him to let me know, give me as much advance warning as possible, so I could shave my beard off. And when we go out for rec, the guard that works downstairs in the main control box, we had one of the guys, matter of fact, it was Derek Peterson, the one whose paper I just sent to you. He got to where for about 2 months before the escape, he would take and cover his head up on his way out so they couldn't see his face. And that way they wouldn't recognize him when he went down to take control of the box. But again, I'm getting ahead of myself. They come by that afternoon about 3 o'clock and told me the escape was on for tonight, and this was on the 31st. And the reason being is because we had just gotten word from Building 5 that they were getting ready to kick off a ride over there. And of course, if they had kicked off their ride before we did our escape, of course the escape probably would not work. So we went ahead and I got a razor and shaved all my beard off, and finally got it all off. And we went on the rec yard at 6 o'clock. Back then we went from 6 to 8. Of course, we don't do that anymore. But we went to the rec yard, and at 7 o'clock, one of the guys who was going to get the knives and stuff ready, put handles on them, break them out and everything, he came in at 7 o'clock and got all that done. At 8 o'clock, when we came in, Earl Clanton, who has since been executed. In fact, I'm the only one left living that was actually left in the escape. Everybody else is dead. That's been killed and executed. Earl Clanton, he went in the bathroom, the guard's bathroom, on the way up, and he blocked the door shut, so they couldn't get in. They thought the door was locked. So when they did that, we come on in the pod, and they didn't counter anything, so they didn't miss him. And we had another guy inside the cell block to flood his cell, so they come in and cut the water off. And when they did, that brought in the building corporal and another guard, which we already had 2 guards, one on each side in the pods as it was. And when they came in, we had to get the guarded box to come out because it's an enclosed box, and he's got the control panel in there that opens all the doors, and that's why Earl Clanton was hiding in the bathroom, so he could come out and run into the guard's box and open the doors real quick.